Mike Jones Beats.
BB here and Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Usually we try to start off the week with as much jokes and laughter as possible because we want to try to, inject some levity. We always want people to feel loved. We always want people to feel happy. We always want people to feel appreciated. So this morning we're not going to be able to do that. All right? This morning we're just not going to be able to do that. Conversation, and I'm not accepting any jokes, by the way. Not accepting any jokes about these situations. So we're going to laugh and we're going to joke. Wait for it to be something that we can laugh and joke about. I'm just asking. I'm not even going to call the drops of the people who did drops from yesterday. I'm going to call them. That just throws me off if I don't. I'm just that way. It'll throw me off. So let's call the drops real quick, and then let's get to the show. Because I just want to start the show. Be honest with you. What happened to that young man the other day, and what happened to that police lieutenant, is indicative of the way that our country. Let's do this and then get to that. How about that? I wanna, because there's just so much that I have to say on this particular topic. We haven't spoken about anything as important or as polarizing as this is in quite some time. So that's what we want to do. I'm just gonna call the people who did drops from yesterday real quick, and then we're gonna get to the show. What up, MNY? Shout out to MMY. Shout out to DSTN. Ain't nobody calling you Dustin. I don't care what your wife says. Shout out to Angel Crispin. Shout out to DSTN again. Shout out to Little Bear. Shout out to Net Stars Live. Shout out to Mrs. Foot in the Ass Entertainment. Shout out to Mrs. Foot in the Ass Entertainment again. Shout out to Rain. Shout out to Foot in the Ass Entertainment. I believe that's it. I appreciate all of you guys. All of you guys are the best. Do not let anybody confuse you or tell you different. There's a thing that I want to speak about, and I want us all to just be patient. Just hear me out. I want us all to just be patient and hear me out. Let's do roll call real quick. What up to the business? He's dropping a whole bunch of floors up in here early in the morning. What up, Monica Kendra Whitehead? Okay. My brain is somewhere else right now, y'all. What up, D Vertical? How you doing this morning, my brother? Salute. Mark Hernandez, salute. We got Black Waller here. I don't know what to tell you. What up, D Candyman? How you doing? I want to say something real quick, and I want us to all be on the same page when I say this. Just pay attention. 1 second. Just give me 1 second. That man was pulled over because he had an air freshener on his rear view mirror. That man was pulled over because he had an air freshener on his rear view mirror. How many of you own cars? What up, C.I.N. Addict? How many of you own cars? That man was pulled over because he had an air freshener on his rear view mirror. What up, Phil Jackson? Upon him being pulled over, the police ran him and found out he had a warrant. Homeboy went to go back into the car. The police shot him. The other day there was a video up about a dog that had attacked a horse. They're going to probably have to put that dog down, by the way. But the other day there was a video circulating on Instagram that showed a dog attack a horse. And I said in the comment section, that it's the owner's fault. It is. If you have an animal, if you have a dog, and your dog is outside randomly attacking other animals or randomly attacking people, that's an owner issue. That's because you're a bad owner. This is a fact. This isn't me being coy. You're a bad owner, right? So when I say these police officers are not getting the appropriate training, I'm not just putting it on this police officer. I'm putting it on the people who trained him. We need to be much more mindful of that. Because while everybody is upset and angry at this one police officer who did what he did, and in all honesty, you should be angry. Right? In all honesty, you should be angry. Just so we can be clear. Please don't forget the people who trained this guy. Please don't forget the people who sent that man out into the world to do this job that he obviously wasn't qualified or didn't have the patience to be able to do. So I'm reading in the paper, and one thing that they wanted to point out about Mr. Daunte, I believe his name is Daunte Wright. One of the things that they wanted to point out about him is, oh man, he had a warrant. Having a warrant for your arrest is not a reason for somebody to murder you. I'm tired of hearing that somebody had a warrant. That doesn't give the police the okay to shoot you. I'm tired of hearing that somebody had been to jail previously. That does not give the police a right to shoot you. Daunte Wright, thank you, C.I.N. Addict. That doesn't give the police the right to shoot you. We have to change this state of mind. And when I say we, I'm not talking about black people, obviously. This was a young man of 20 who was driving in the car with his girlfriend. A lot of y'all don't remember the 80s like I do. A lot of y'all don't remember the 90s like I do. Not just because I lived through them, but because I lived through them with people who suffered from being stopped by the police. Soleil. What's up this morning, baby girl? So I say all that to say this. I've maintained I'm not for defunding the police if we're just taking the money away from the police and we're not putting it anywhere useful. And I stand by that point. You're going to say defund the police. You tell me what we're supposed to do with the money. We're not putting the money nowhere for somebody to just steal. Right? Shout out to all of the politicians that just steal. Not a real shout out. But what I want to know is this. I want to know, if we defund the police, what are we going to do about actual crime? Because crime does exist. I want to know what we're going to do about actual crime. And don't tell me that the street people are going to handle it. Alright? We're not here for that. So when people are telling you to defund the police, we need less police, I don't want to hear that the street people are going to handle it. Okay? I don't want to hear that. I'm not trying to talk shit about nobody, and I'm not bashing nobody or anything like that, but I don't want to hear that the street people are going to handle it. I want to hear that there's a actual plan in place. Now, I say all that because we need to defund the police. I'm sorry. I'm just not for doing it and putting money nowhere. Either the police go get their fucking act in order, either they go do something about these police officers that feel, quite honestly, that they have the right, once they get scared, to start shooting at people. He got stopped for an air freshener, everyone. He wasn't stopped for an air freshener. Don't let that lie to you. That was some lie they made up after the fact. What up, James S? Oh, you see his smoking feet. That was a lie they 9 times out of 10 came up with after the fact. Just so we could be clear, I don't believe he was stopped for an air freshener. I believe he was stopped for whatever the reason was. That police officer then, upon finding out that he had a warrant, decided that this was his body. He could catch himself a body today. That's the way I feel about it. What a Hefe, New York urban legend. That man had people who loved him. And then you see the pictures of him. I don't care if somebody has a warrant. You know how many times one of us has have a warrant out for us and didn't even know it? You know you can have a warrant out for your arrest and not even know it? You do know this, right? So imagine you being somewhere, the police stop you and tell you you have a warrant you don't even know about. I'm not saying that that's the case here. What I'm saying is that you can literally have a warrant and don't even know. You think every guy in the street got a lawyer? Everybody don't got a damn lawyer. Because if you got an actual lawyer and a warrant goes out for your arrest, your lawyer's going to call you. Yeah, there's a warrant out for you. But if you don't have a lawyer or somebody monitoring your legal issues, you might not even know you have a warrant. I'm going to tell you what I find was wrong off the rip. I'm going to explain something. I'm not even a police officer. And I'm going to tell you something. Police officer goes and takes your shit, right? The police officer already had him outside of the car, right? Right? Listen. The police officer already had him outside of the car, right? When he found out he had a warrant, right? he's supposed to then automatically put the cuffs on him, not even give him an opportunity to run back into his car. The simple fact that that man had the opportunity to even attempt to go back into his car proves that the police officer didn't follow proper protocol. So for anybody that's saying, well, he went back into the car, that's still not a reason. And that's still not case closed. Because I'm going to say something. I believe that if a police officer is not doing his job appropriately and somebody ends up hurt or killed, obviously if you get killed, you're hurt or injured or anything, and it's because the police officer didn't follow the proper procedures, I believe that police officer should be held accountable. What up, Tim Bullock? What up, Easy Living? These are just my feelings. I could be wrong. But there's a reason why there's proper protocol to do things. Right? So the simple fact that that man had the opportunity to try to get back into his car proves that the police officer didn't follow proper procedure. Just so we could be clear. And if a police officer does not follow proper procedure and somebody gets hit or injured, the police officer should be held accountable. You're the one that's trained. What up, Salty Say? You're the one that went through training. The police officer. I've never went through training on how to appropriately be arrested. There's not a fucking class that we're mandated to go to as civilians where you can learn the appropriate procedures about when how you're gonna get arrested. But there is training for how to appropriately arrest someone. So who should be held to the highest standard? So now they're tearing up Minneapolis. It's Minneapolis, right? For some weird reason, I get Minneapolis and Minnesota 100% confused. The Twin Cities. So now they're tearing up Minneapolis. Yes, you've heard about Minneapolis before. George Floyd. Do you understand the audacity? Do you understand the audacity? The audacity that it has to take that while the George Floyd case is going on in your city, I want to know why police sometimes can't just let the guy go, call for backup, and then the backup comes and we have more people to try to arrest the person without incident. I want to know why that isn't happening. I want to know why that isn't a thing. Instead of drawing down and killing the man, I want to know why it isn't a thing. We know who the person is. We know 100% who the person is. We got to put an APB out for them. They fled a scene. I'm in pursuit. We're going to try to bring this person in without incident. I want to know why that's not a thing. I want to know why we're not on that type of time. I want to know how we let people convince us that if a person doesn't immediately allow for themselves to be arrested, that it's okay for them to be murdered. I want to know how come that's okay. Air freshener. I would have preferred that he would have said it was just an accidental stop. I'd rather you would have stopped that man by accident. I'd rather you would have just said he was swerving. But you stopped him because he was driving, everything was going perfect, and you just happened to be driving, and you look over to the side and see he had an air freshener in his car on his rear view mirror, so you stopped him. An air freshener, which as far as I know is supposed to go in the fucking rear view mirror. That's literally what it's designed for, isn't it? Not he had I don't know, a baby shoes hanging from the rear view mirror. Not that. He had an actual air freshener hanging on the rear view mirror. I think there needs to be, if they start, I think this is what they need to start doing, right? Whenever a police officer shoots somebody and there's question, they need to be immediately stripped of their badge, immediately stripped of their guns, and an investigation needs to be had. They don't get no checks, they don't get nothing. If the investigation proves that whatever the situation was, what was called for, then they get all of their back pay that they was just sitting at home to collect. If it proves that there was any malfeasance or that there was any mistake by the police officer that caused for the situation to escalate, they are then brought up on charges. Period. Period. There are a ton of police officers out here that are not shooting and killing people. A ton. An air freshener. I don't care if it's against the law to hang an air freshener. I see people with air fresheners on their rearview mirror all the time. You know what? It's against the law to smoke weed out in public. Should the police stop every single person they see smoking weed in the street? It's against the law to drink alcohol in public. Should the police officers stop every single person that they see with a brown paper bag drinking from it to make sure that they're not drinking alcohol? There's a point of reference where something is law, right? And then there's also, you know what? This ain't that important. What the fuck is this police officer doing driving around looking at people's rear view mirrors to see if they got air fresheners? If you don't understand that, then you don't get it. You know what? I much rather prefer police officers be checking every car for air fresheners rather than them actually looking for crimes where somebody is getting injured. You're right, Tighten It Up TV. What am I thinking? I'm thinking maybe police officers should be walking around being visible, right? So individuals won't, commit crimes, because, you know, if police are visible, sometimes that could deter criminality. I much rather prefer police don't walk around preventing crimes where people could get injured, and that they rather go look for fucking air fresheners on rear view mirrors of cars. You're 100% right, Tighten It Up TV. What am I thinking? Why in the hell would I want police officers to actually be looking for real crimes and not be paying attention to petty shit? You're right. No, you're 100% right. I'm not going to argue with you. See, sometimes you got to say something over for a person to understand how stupid it is. Tighten It Up TV, rather police walk around what? Looking at rear view mirrors to see if people got what the hell? To see if people got air fresheners? That's what you prefer people be doing, right? Tighten It Up TV? I get you. Not a problem. What they need to do is see how many white people that cop pulled over that might have had air fresheners. Because if you tell me that nobody has air fresheners, I'm going to call you a liar. How many white people have that individual pulled over for having air fresheners? Oh, he's just looking at black people and then looking at the car and deciding on what are they doing wrong that I could stop them. Is that what you said? I don't even think that's why he stopped them, by the way. I think that's just something that they threw in at the last minute, by the way. James S says, if the pullovers for that is for another reason, obviously everybody in here knows it was for another reason, except for Tighten It Up TV. Either Tighten It Up TV wants black people to be attacked randomly, I think, or Tighten It Up TV isn't smart enough to know that it was for a different reason. It's one of the two. Shout out to Tighten It Up TV being on the type of time you on. This man died and Tighten It Up TV is like, what was his fault? He had air freshener hanging. He couldn't have been wanting to stay alive. He had a whole air freshener hanging. Shout out to Tighten It Up TV being on that type of time. I'm not. Shout out to Road Runner. What up, Road Runner? How you doing? Shout out to Vic Star. We want Vicks. What up, Rain? We got Rain up in here. Rain says, I heard different reasons why being reported by the media, none of which should have ended in death. Thank you very much, Rain. Thank you very much, Rain. Watts Arrangement says, driving while black. Exactly. Nell Flo said he's a troll. He gotta be a troll. You know how evil it is to be trolling a man's death? That's crazy. There's certain things that people do that's just evil. Just evil. Trolling a man's death. Don't worry about it. None of us stay here forever, and sooner or later everybody gotta go answer to God. So shout out to you. Go troll more. Troll his death more if you feel like it. I'm not even gonna stop you. It was Minneapolis, but that's the Twin Cities, so I guess it's the same thing, right? Everybody's seen what he wrote. Now he's trying to say that he never said it was his fault while giving the police officer excuses. What up, Star for Lice? What up, J Lock? There's no excuse for that man not being alive. We need for the new practice to be, if you stop anyone of any color and you lose control of or handling of that individual, that the first thing that you do is not to just fire, shoot to kill. We need that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say something. Being a police officer is a difficult job. You got to make a lot of split-second decisions. All right? It's a difficult job. I am not here bashing police officers. I'm bashing that police officer and whoever the fuck trained him. This situation was easily avoidable. You're a police officer. You see somebody with some shit hanging in their mirror. You stop them. You say, I need you to take that out of your mirror. That's it. That's a penalty. Can you take that out of your mirror? I don't want to deal with that this morning. Oh, I'm sorry about that, officer. Takes the damn air freshener down. Thank you very much. Just go on your way. You can't have that on your mirror. We need policing like that. Not policing, oh man, you got a thing hanging in your mirror. Let me run your plates. Let me run your fucking name. You see, a lot of y'all never lived through stop and frisk, so you don't understand what's going on. Thank you, outside in. Thank you, outside in. He trolling that man death. I'm assuming you trolling that man death. Deadline Cynthia says, I'm from Kinloch, Ferguson, born in 81. If the world would have listened to us back then about bad policing, lives could have been saved today. That's a fact. Don't let nobody lie to you. That's a whole fact. Philando Castro, wasn't that also? I don't remember that 100%. But was that also a car stop? You do understand, when everyone is driving, there's a million reasons why a police officer could just stop you. If a police officer decides that they just want to stop you, there's a million reasons. They could literally just say you switch lanes too quickly. Your blinker didn't come on in time. I don't think there's a million reasons why they could stop you. So I don't want to hear he got stopped for, then that's a pretty good reason. No. Excuse me, sir. We need you to take that. I'm not going to write you a ticket. I'm going to give you a warning. I'm going to give you a warning. We need you to take that out your rear view mirror. That's against the law. Oh, really, officer? I didn't know. Yeah, hang that down there, near where the radio used to be. I don't know if people still got radios in cars. Yeah, like hang that down there. We need you to take that off of your rear view mirror. And if needs be, explain why. That could hinder visibility. We need you to take that off of your rear view mirror. All right, thank you very much. Go about your day. Can we get policing like that? That's the type of policing we need more of, in my opinion. What up to the business? What up, Kendall P? Being everything is difficult nowadays. People just got different difficulties. I'm not gonna just say being black is difficult. Being everything is difficult. What up, Rule? Don't nobody see them dots, Jones? What up, Queen Shy? How you doing this morning? An air freshener was hanging on his rear view mirror. That's why the police officer stopped him. What are they gonna tell his child? I think he had a kid. What are they gonna tell his kid when his kid get older? And they tell the story about why his kid don't got a father. He was driving one day. He had an air freshener on his rearview mirror. The police stopped him, and then everything went bad. And that's why you don't got a father. That's what happened to your birth father. We need more de-escalation. We need more de-escalation. With that being said, there are so many good police officers. So I'm not here to bash police officers. I'm not on that type of time. I want to hold people accountable for their own actions. Is there a good chance that, yes, without a shadow of a doubt, That man should have everything stripped from him immediately. He should be at home with no responsibilities, with no pay. They should investigate the situation. If they find that he was in the right, which I don't know if they would. I don't know what to tell you. I tell you who's investigating it in one moment, but I don't know what to tell you. But if they find out that he was right, then you bring him back. You give him all the back pay that he missed while he was sitting out. And you give him back his fucking gun and his badge. But if you find out that he was in fault, he's fucking terminated. And that's what they need to start doing for all police shooting fatalities. Are all of these shootings bad? No, all of these shootings ain't bad. There's a ton of shootings that we don't even hear about that ain't bad. Just so we can be clear. I'm pretty sure there are a ton of times that police got to put somebody down and they had no choice. It was them or them. Okay? I'm pretty sure that there are times that people are just doing weirdo shit and the police got to just put them down. They don't have no choice. Yeah, I remember the time that the white lady was chasing after the police with the knife and the police officer was doing everything that they can not to kill that person, but they had no choice. How about the time that they had the black guy? He was supposed to be here. His family called the police on him because he was having a mental breakdown, and he came running at the police officer, and the police officer had to put him down. I think that was a good shooting. Would I prefer that something different would have happened in both cases? Absolutely. But those are two examples of shootings that I think was good shootings. If you're a police officer and somebody running down on you with a weapon or running down on you, and if they get a hold of you, it's going to be problems, and you try to tase them and that taser don't work and you got to put some hot lead in them, that's on them. They running down on you. But I think whenever there's a situation where an individual is trying to get away from the police and then thus the police use that as a reason for why they shot them, no, we're not doing that. Deadline says, and police killings are leaving kids who grow up and hate police cycle continue. That's a fact. Queen Shah says, the first time I remember hearing about was Amadou Diallo, R.I.P. And I was younger than the age of 10. The Amadou Diallo situation was terrible. And you want to know what happened at the Amadou Diallo situation? I'm going to tell you what happened. The same thing that happened at the Sean Bell situation. One fucking officer fired, and the other officers, hearing a gunshot, also started firing. In situations like that, we need to ascertain who was the first police officer to fire a shot. Period. D Vertical says this needs to stop. I heard on Street Soldiers this week they interviewed someone who stated police should have malpractice insurance. If you can't get insurance, you can't be a cop. You know what? That makes sense. I'm on board with that. D Vertical says, just like car insurance, your record bad, you can't get insured. It will help get rid of bad cops. I'm on time with that. But who is the person who decides whether that police officer has a bad record or not? Remember, the police officers that usually get promoted are the police officers that usually shoot and kill people. Don't let that go over your head. The police officer that gets the most arrests. Not the police officer that lives in the safest district. Not the police officer that calms down the most situations of violence before it turns into violence. Those guys don't get promoted. I think that's a big problem in the police. There's no reward when individuals don't get hurt. There's only rewards for some form of heroism. You have to have some form of heroism in order to be in the reward. So you have to have either saved somebody's life or taken somebody's life. You can't just have a beat where there's no crime. I think that's how we need to start promoting individuals. D Vertical said facts. They can't evaluate themselves. That way it needs to start. Yo, look. No hate. No hate. Zero hate. Right? The easiest thing to do is say F the police. That's the easiest thing to do. Just let's hate them all. It's the easiest. No hate. But I think that a law needs to 100% be changed. Where just because somebody has something hanging from their fucking wind mirror, you write them some type of citation, maybe. Not even. You just ask them to take the shit down. Is it a good chance they're gonna put it back up? Yeah, there's a good chance of that. But how many accidents are actually caused because there's something hanging from the rear mirror? How many? Because somebody tell me, how many times is there an accident and some people be like, you know, no accident would have happened if there wasn't something hanging. That damn air freshener. How many? Once again, shout out to Ryan. Ryan says the police are a threat to us, but a threatened by us. Shaking my head. Where's the peace officers? Ryan just made a great point. A police officer's job is to keep the peace. A police officer's job is to keep the peace. It's not to arrest people. It's not to put people in jail. A police officer's job isn't even to find drugs. A police officer's job is to do none of that. A police officer's job is to keep the peace. Literally, dependent on where you're at, keeping the peace is something different. Anybody remember the show The Wire? I'm going to tell you about some shit that happened in The Wire. And it's wrong. But I'm going to tell you some shit that happened in The Wire. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I need 1 second. Don't go nowhere.
Mike Jones.
What up, Seen and Unseen? Check this out. There's season 3 of The Wire. A police lieutenant. I forget what his name is. I think it was Burrell. Is it Burrell? No, it's not Burrell. Burrell's a douchebag. His name ain't important. What he does is he creates this thing called Amsterdam. Amsterdam is just like it's like some blocks that they put where they allow for drugs to be sold, used, all type of criminality to happen over there. They allow all types of different criminality. If you want to commit crimes, if you want to do drugs, if you want to do prostitution, if you want to do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do, you take it over to Amsterdam. You get it off of these streets where these regular civilians are living. Now, I'm not agreeing with this. I think that I'm not agreeing with that form of policing, just so we can be clear. But that was that officer attempting to figure out a way to keep the peace. Because whether you realize it or not, those people that wanted to commit crimes, they were all in one place. being able to sell their drugs, do their drugs, whatever crimes that they wanted to commit that were not for that were not for regular civilians, they was able to go over there and do. And you want to know what happened to the regular civilians' neighborhoods? All of their neighborhoods was good. People was now able to come outside and enjoy themselves without worrying about being shot when the gang members is fighting with each other. I'm not saying to do that. I don't think that that's a thing that we should do. But the point that I'm making in is some places are police different for a reason. So if you're a police officer in the area where you know that there's heavy drug use, it don't make sense to stop every single fucking person you see doing drugs. You have different mandates there. It doesn't make sense to stop every single individual you see involved in criminality. You know that the level of crime over here is at a certain rate. You trying to stop every single crime is causing for there to be unrest. Does that make sense? You know that that's a dangerous neighborhood. You're not going to walk up to everyone you see drinking alcohol on the street and say, I'm writing you a ticket or we taking you downtown. You know that that's a dangerous neighborhood. You're not going to walk up on everybody you see smoking weed. What the fuck? That would not be keeping the peace. A police officer's job is to keep the peace. That man got killed because he had an air freshener hanging from his rear view mirror. Don't let that go over your head. Anyway, so this particular situation is being investigated. You want to know who they got? They went and got the same people that investigated the George Floyd murder. The governor, I want to call the governor's name, so hold on. I want to call this governor's name. The governor, Minneapolis. Tim Walz has come out and spoken out against it also already. The governor of Minneapolis has already came out and spoken out against this situation. For everybody that was trying to give dude a way out. Oh man, he had a thing hanging from his rearview mirror. He was asking for it. No, he wasn't. Okay? The governors already came out and spoken out against this. They put the people who did the investigation for against Derek Chauvin or whatever the hell his name is. They put those people on this case. I understand that sometimes police officers, shit happens. It's a dangerous job. I get it. They're saying that the dude went back into the car. I'm not 100% sure about what happened. We need to see some surveillance video of some sort. I'm not 100% sure what happened. Right? I'm not getting into that. I don't know what happened. Let's wait until we get some surveillance video. But my point is, even if the guy did run back into his car, he was only able to do that because that police officer didn't follow proper procedure. Right? Air freshener on the rear view mirror, homie. An air freshener. He could have just stopped him and asked him to take it off of his rear view mirror. And both of them could have just drove home. Or he could have stayed at his job, or, you know, kept doing work. An air freshener on a rear view mirror. I'm sorry I don't have no jokes this morning for y'all. I'm not in the laughing mood. I'm not in the joking mood. So I apologize. I don't got no jokes here for y'all this morning. I know that the way that we get drops on this channel is by me telling jokes. I know it. But I don't got no jokes for y'all this morning. I don't think none of this shit is funny, and I don't think none of this is worth having jokes about. But for anybody that wants to do drops, even though I'm not telling jokes, the Cash App is right there. For the people who just, they need me to do jokes, I want to apologize. I'm sorry that I'm not humorous this morning. These are always difficult topics for me to address. I am 100% being myself. What would make you think I wasn't? I don't think this is a situation worth laughing about. This is definitely not anything that I think is funny, and I don't find no humor in this. What up, Lady Love? I want to take a break from talking about this for 1 second. I want to talk about the other situation that happened. I forgot where it happened at, but where they pulled the lieutenant out of the car, pepper sprayed him. Are you talking about the LV the Slap song? Yeah, I heard it. I'm the one that did the video. Shout out to LV the Slap. For everybody that don't know, I want to just slightly change topic. Yeah, Dayon Davis was an air freshener. Now do you understand how tragic this really is? It was an air freshener, homie. An air freshener. I want to address something else real quick. We're gonna get back to this, but I want to address something. There was an officer that was pulled over. Let me get his name. Windsor, Virginia Police. Thank you, Rain. I don't know what he's talking about. Hold on. The lieutenant is Lieutenant Karan Nazario. Karan Nazario. He's a second lieutenant. Basically, they stopped him while he had his hands, looked like he had his hands up and his seatbelt on. One police officer was pepper spraying him. Going crazy. It was weird. I don't know what to tell you. That police officer has already been fired. Could we clap it up for the Virginia? You said that was Virginia police, Windsor, Virginia police. Could we clap it up for the Windsor, Virginia police, please? That police officer's already immediately been fired. Ain't even been 48 hours. We clap it up for that police department, please. Could we get some claps in the comment section? And this is what I mean by we can't say all police are bad. These guys had a bad apple. They dubbed that nigga. Could we clap it up for the Windsor Police Department? Everybody, clap it up, please. Even if I know a lot of y'all hate the police, but can we celebrate when somebody does the right thing? That makes it easier for people to do the right thing the next time. When we celebrate them for doing the right thing. So let's celebrate them for doing the right thing. That guy's been fired. I don't know how many of y'all ever been on the other side of that before. When the police stop you and they just trying to escalate the situation and turn it into something that it don't necessarily need to be. I don't know how many of y'all been on that side of the conversation. Whether, I don't even care what color you are. It happens to all of us every now and then. Let's clap it up for that guy. Let's clap it up for the Windsor, Virginia police. He's a dub. They got him up out of there. What up, Chris T? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is well. That's why you wrote terminated earlier. Boom. I get you, Black Wall. That dude was a... This is one thing that I want to say. I'm going to tell you why he got terminated. Listen. I'm about to tell you why he was able to get terminated so quickly. Because the other police officer that was there didn't try to co-sign him. That's why he was able to get terminated so quickly. The other police officer that was there, he ain't try to co-sign him. If you go look at the video, the other police officer that's there, he's hesitant. He doesn't even want to be a part of this shit. But you have to back up your partner at the end of the day. So he backed dude up. And then when it was time to what the hell happened, I don't know what happened. And this is what I think happened. I'm not 100% sure. When it was time to find out what happened, that other police officer that was there, I don't know what happened. When I got there, he was pepper spraying the guy. The dude went to go try to help the dude with the seatbelt. He said, don't help him with the seatbelt. He was trying to create a situation where he could shoot and kill that man. Don't let that go over your head. Also, while we're on this, where's the place that happened with the George Floyd? Could we clap it up for those police officers that's taking a stand against Derek Chauvin? Could we clap it up for those police officers, please? I'm trying not to clap too loud. All of those police officers that's taking up for George Floyd and taking that damn stand against Derek Chauvin. Could we clap it up for those police officers, please? Let's clap it up for them. Now I want to explain something. I think all of these police officers that take their job and do things outside of their job which causes injury to others should also be held accountable in the court of law. You want to know why? Because if you don't get them convicted of something, they'll just move to another town and become a different police. When he asked him what his ranking was and he said he was a lieutenant, his whole voice changed. They should have clapped too, outside in. Outside in. Who are you saying they should have clapped? Just so we could be clear. Who are you saying they should have clapped, outside in? I don't think anybody should have been clapped. That police officer's been fired. Immediately. They ain't playing with him. And that's the type of response that we need. Yeah, that's when he knew he effed up. When he heard that the dude was a lieutenant, that's when he knew he effed up. Do y'all understand? He was in his freaking fatigues. He was in his freaking fatigues. Now, nobody should be getting clapped, homie. Stop wishing death on people and injury. It's not good for the spirit. What up, Pete from Jersey? Just keep that in mind. This dude was in his fatigues. That police officer pepper sprayed the shit out of him and then literally wanted him to get on the floor on his stomach in the same way that George Floyd died. It was nice having you here straight stacking, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that straight stacking. We're not doing that. Anybody else want to disrespect George Floyd, let me know. It was nice having you here. I appreciate you. But I gotta hit you with them bags. For everybody that want to know why straight stacking was just hit with bags, he came in here just to say that George Floyd was high on fentanyl. Yes, preferred guest. I'm looking right at you. Anybody else want to disrespect George Floyd's death? I'm just asking. Anybody else? Even after they've already had doctors take the stand and say that George Floyd's drug use had nothing to do with his death. Even though there's been medical experts that took the stand and said drug use had nothing to do with his death. Anybody else want to? I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm gonna put you on a timeout, inside out, because I'm asking for you to not have that type of energy. So I'm going to put you on a timeout. I'm asking for you not to have that type of energy. I'm not going to ask you again. We're not doing that. If you want to bring that type of energy, this is not that room. Go to those rooms where they don't talk about nothing but nonsense. Go to those YouTube channels where they don't talk about nothing but nonsense. You'll know them. They're going to have like 2,000 people in there right now talking about nothing but nonsense. You're going to have 2,000 people in there right now. Go over there. This might not be for you. With all due respect. Yes, P from Jersey said the officer crazy ass was telling him to exit the vehicle with a seatbelt on, with both hands outside the window, shaking my head with guns drawn. Yes, he was looking for a situation, an opportunity to kill him. Shout out to BQ Mommy. Everybody say what's up to my sister-in-law. He was looking for an opportunity to kill him. Wax Dogs thinks that people should be making fun of George Floyd. Anybody else think we should be making fun of George Floyd? Wax Dog just got hit with bags too. Anybody else think we should be making fun of George Floyd besides Wax Dog and Straight Stacking? They both think we should be making fun of George Floyd. Anybody else? I'm just asking. If I'm wrong for not wanting people to make fun of George Floyd, tell the world. I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to Brooklyn Bang. Everybody say what's up to my brother. Anybody else think I'm wrong for not wanting people to make fun of George Floyd? Let me know. But also remember, if you die, I'm not going to be there letting people make fun of you either. Anybody else think I'm wrong for not letting people make fun of George Floyd? Anybody else? I'm just hitting you with bags. Why would you ask me, am I okay, Death of the Cloud Chaser? Because I kicked somebody for making fun of George Floyd? No. Let him talk. Hold on, Lex. Oh, no. I don't know. Who put him on the timeout? No. Let him talk. Death of the Cloud Chaser, if this is the real Death of the Cloud Chaser, he's a YouTube content creator, right? So I'm gonna hide you and unhide you. I want you to talk. I want to know why you think it's okay for people to make fun of George. Why you think there's something wrong with me because I don't want people to make fun of George Floyd. What up, Sarah Stockton? You can talk. Death of the Cloud Chaser. Explain to me why I'm wrong because I don't want people to make fun of George Floyd. I want to hear this. What up, Prince to Amir? I want to hear this. I'm kicking people for making fun of George Floyd. One person called him a pussy. Death of the Cloud Chaser thinks I'm wrong. Explain. You can talk. I don't even know if that's the real Death of the Cloud Chaser TV. That might be a fake account, by the way. Oh, okay. Anybody else think that something's wrong with... Dude, I'm kicking people that's making fun of the people that's dead. And now I'm going to move on. Yeah, I hit him with all their bags. Shout out to King of New Jersey. Yeah, hit him with all their bags. We ain't on that type of time. Whenever we get near 100 people in the room, the trolls come in and do shit like make fun of dead people. And then when I kick them, they say that I'm not allowing for them to have an opinion. You do understand that that's literally what they do, right? That officer got fired. That officer that sprayed that cop got fired. And that cop that sprayed that officer, that army officer, got fired, as he should. He's fired. And now we kicking another person. I ain't never said, I literally said I was not okay with 6ix9ine talking about dead people. So there you go. I finally got a chance to kick that person. You lied. Anybody else want to lie? Anybody else want to lie? I literally said I am not okay with 6ix9ine talking about dead people. I'm literally said that. Anybody else want to lie? Same kid. Same kid. I literally said I am not okay with 6ix9ine talking about dead people. Do you understand how people just lie? There's nothing I could do. People just lie. If you're going to believe the lies that the people tell on me, there's nothing I could do. I keep believing them. What the fuck could I say? I never said that. I kicked him. Kelly, I kicked him. I kicked him. Please don't even mention that person. That's some little kid. He's like 16 or 17 years old or something like that. He's been stalking me for the last 2 years. He's not right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these guys got mental health issues. So please don't spend no time on him. That police officer pepper sprayed that man. He's fired. Shout out to that police department. Is that Windsor, Virginia? Shout out to that police department. That's the type of response we need. As soon as a police officer shoots or injures anyone, they need to be taken off of the fucking, they need to not be working. Their paycheck needs to be stopped and put into some kind of fucking I don't want to say escrow, but put into something held for them. You know what I'm saying? Held for them. As soon as a police officer shoots and kills somebody, their paycheck needs to be stopped until an investigation is had. Their badge needs to be taken. Their gun needs to be taken. They need to have no duties. They don't need to be going to the fucking precinct. They need to be staying home. They need to be staying home. We're going to do an investigation. The police officer, the proof of burden shouldn't have to be 100% the police officer did nothing wrong. Let's just be clear of that. None of us is perfect. But it has to be, was there reason, did the police officer escalate the situation? That's one. If there's any proof that the police officer escalated the situation at any point, then he needs to be held accountable for whatever the fuck happened. If the police officer did not escalate the situation, if the police officer did not escalate the situation, if the police officer didn't, we have to have reasonable expectations. We can't expect for a police officer to do everything perfectly. But at the end of the day, did he follow the proper procedures and protocols as closely as possible? Was the individual that was harmed, were they harmed literally due to their actions? Because if you tell me the person had a drug problem, that's not enough for me. If you tell me that the person wasn't coming along easy, that's not enough for me. It's not enough. If you tell me that the person was cursing at the officer, that's not enough for me. It's not enough. So it damn sure ain't enough for me if you tell me, the person had a air freshener hanging in their rear view mirror. So how is that enough for you? We're about to get ready to get up out of here. What up, Bree Powell? The sniper. That shouldn't be enough for you. I don't even know why they stopped that damn the army lieutenant. I don't even know why he was stopped. Hold on, let's see if there's a thing that could tell us why the army lieutenant was stopped real quick. I don't even know why he was stopped. Two Virginia police officers have been sued for allegedly drawing their guns on a uniformed army officer during a traffic stop and spraying them with a substance. One of them has been terminated. On December 5th, 2020, so this was last year, Windsor police officers Joe Gutierrez and Daniel Crocker pulled over U.S. Army Second Lieutenant Kiran Nazario, who was black and Latino, while he was dressed in uniform, according to the lawsuit filed April 2nd. They pulled them over on a newly purchased Chevrolet Tahoe SUV for not having a rear license plate, according to the lawsuit. Nazario was returning home from his duty station at the time of the lawsuit said. The suit, filed in U.S. District Court of Eastern Virginia in Norfolk, claims the officers violated Nazario's constitutional rights and seeks compensation and punitive damages. Police body camera footage shows the moment officer pursued Nazario, who then pulled over at a well-lit gas station. Imagine if he would have pulled over somewhere else. He would have been dead. No, nobody apologized to me for the way that for me reporting on DMX. They're not gonna. It's okay though. Wait, hold on. If you pulled them over for no plate displayed, that's okay. But you know why the officer was pissed? Because he drove to the gas station in a well-lit area. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. And this is something that I heard a police officer actually tell people. Listen, if the police is trying to stop you and you don't feel comfortable, you travel at a moderate, well speed, not trying to pull away from them, and you go to a well-lit gas station, or you go somewhere where there's people around and where there's people around, so you're not alone. He didn't do anything wrong. That's my point. He didn't have a license plate on his car. He wasn't trying to escape the police. He drove to a well-lit area. Literally what you're supposed to do. For real, for real. For everybody that don't know, I just put you on the game. For everybody that don't know the law and don't know what you're supposed to do in a situation like that, I just put you on the game. If a police officer is trying to stop you and you're driving and you don't feel safe, you don't pull away from the police officer, you drive at a moderate speed so the police officer can follow you, and you go to a well-lit place where there's people. So for the individuals that don't know, I just put you on the game. He did nothing wrong. They pulled him over for not having a real license plate. That's their right, and they should, by the way, 100%. I think that Kelly is saying that he had it in the window in the back of the vehicle. But since his vehicle had tint, the police officer couldn't see it. So no, the police officer was right for pulling him over. Don't get this confused. But what happened was, when he drove to that gas station, the police officer got frustrated and angry. When you're a police officer, there's not enough room for you to get frustrated and angry over every little time you want something to happen and it doesn't happen the way that you want it to happen. That's literally what you're supposed to do. They had a police officer in Texas that raped something like, I forgot how many women he raped. I think he's from Texas. I'm not sure where it was, but I think they gave him something like 300 years. They gave him something like 300 years. Some police officer that was running around just raping women. He was pulling women over and raping them right in their car. Some women he was pulling over and then following them all the way home and raping them at their house. So yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with him driving to the damn gas station. That's just me. Shout out Kelly with the $10 drop. She says, good morning. Definitely appreciate you, baby girl. Talking about these topics is hard on the channel, but it's good for the soul. So it is what it is. And that's not me playing victim. That's me just stating a fact. Bree Powell says, Kelly, they seen the victim when they walked up to the vehicle. It was properly displayed. If the police officer, I'm not arguing with you, Bree Powell, but I'm saying at that point, then they should have had a conversation with him. It didn't have to turn into pulling out guns. If that's what you're saying, Bree Powell, I 100% agree with you. If when they stopped them and walked up to the vehicle and saw that it was properly displayed, there was no reason for them to pepper spray him and start shooting at and pepper spray him and pull their guns on him. I 100% agree with you. But what I'm also saying is, as a police officer, you need to be able to see the license plate when the person is driving, not only when you get out of the car and walk up to the car. So they did have a reason to stop him. But once again, this is one of those situations where if they would have walked up to the car to have a conversation, this whole situation is different. Kelly says, Bree, I know they dead wrong to say he should be scared for what they were dicks, and since when you pull a gun for a tip plate. Facts. Not every crime is worth killing a person. People shouldn't die for every crime. I don't know how better to say this. Every crime shouldn't be a good reason to kill somebody. That's not even a crime, that's an infraction. Every infraction of the law isn't a good reason to kill people. I'm not saying, Bree Powell's not saying that, by the way. I'm just saying this. Every infraction isn't a good reason to kill people. Kelly says, I had an officer in my town, had a GF in my building, a girlfriend in my building, and asked me to have a threesome. Bet I never get tickets in that town again. Wait, did you do the threesome? That's the question. Also, Kelly, you're doing threesomes? No jokes. Queen Shots is agreed for us. You shouldn't kill someone because they're simply being them. Rain says on the video he told the officer he was afraid to exit the vehicle and asked him to calm down. The officer told him that, I believe the officer said, you should be scared. We need to start having psychiatric evaluations on all officers, and not just once in a while. I don't think good people want to be police officers for the most part. I think there are a ton of good people who are police officers. Let's not get that confused. But I think for the most part, that's just not a job that good people want to go do. And I think one of the reasons why that's not a job that good people want to go do is because you got to think to yourself, I don't want to kill nobody for no reason. What if I'm out there and everybody that I work with is douchebags? I don't want to have to stand by somebody that kills somebody, and I got to now stand by them. I got to now go to court and defend the individual that I know is wrong. I got to go to court and defend this racist bastard for killing somebody that looks like me, all because we both police officers. And if I don't, I might catch a bullet in the back. If I don't, I might call for assistance one day and don't nobody show up. Nobody's gonna have my 6. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. We got in on time today because I want to get some work done. I'm gonna try to push some videos out today. Sandra Bland, say your name. That's a fact. Sandra Bland. A traffic stop. A traffic stop. I want to say some BBN business before we get out of here. Real quick. I just want to say some BBN business before we get out of here. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm so sorry about this. Real quick, everybody that hit me up the other day, I've already started your campaigns. This is just BBN business. I already started the campaigns of net stars, so look to be posted today. Also look for some other stuff. I started the campaigns of let me go see what I posted first. That's the easiest way to tell you. I already started the campaigns of net stars. I already started the campaigns of what the fuck? Of dollar bills. I already started the plant-based. I already started the campaigns of net stars and plant-based. Is there somebody else I'm supposed to put in the ass entertainment? Your campaign has been started. Look for a lot of posts to be putting out today regarding that. and there's a couple of other people that I've already started your campaigns. I've been working on the content that we're going to be uploading this week already. If there's anybody else that wants to be involved, if there's anybody else that is looking to have their campaigns this week, you need to hit me to. Somebody is just, I don't know what to tell you. Did I just lose connection for a minute? If you hit me after today, I can't tell you how much. So I've already started those campaigns. If anybody else wants to have their campaign started this week, you have to hit me immediately. So Foot in the Ass Entertainment, Net Stars, and Plant Base, I've already started your campaigns. Yeah, because they're turning my jump off, or if they're kicking people because we're being attacked. Thank you for telling everybody you've been kicked, James S. We're being attacked. You're getting kicked. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm being attacked as always, so they can make my numbers go down. Just hit me up on IG and we'll talk about it. Copy. That I'm being attacked all the time to make my numbers go down. They attack all of my. And I don't talk about it because if I talk about it, somebody's gonna say I'm playing a victim. But they don't realize that these people are really going hard at me. You understand what I'm saying? They're really just trying. I think they're just trying to make me commit suicide. To be honest with you, they keep it a whole stack. I think they're just trying to ruin my life to the point where I just kill myself. These people are evil. But yeah, we're never gonna have more than 100 people in here. Whenever we get people in here, they're gonna start DDSing and everything else. There's nothing I could do about it. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here. For everybody who's a supporter of the channel, I definitely appreciate you guys. For everybody that does any type of advertisement with us, I definitely appreciate you guys. For anybody that would like to restart their campaigns, believe me, we need it over here. We need everybody that wants to restart their campaigns to hit me up. We need to restart as many campaigns as possible. One, I need more content to be able to put out, more different ways to put out content. I got some ideas. And two, we definitely can use the funding. So for anybody that wants to restart any of their campaigns, please hit me up. And that's all I can say on that. I understand that you guys are getting, from what I'm hearing, because I'm not actually on your social medias, from what I'm hearing, a lot of you guys are being attacked. From what I'm hearing, a lot of you guys are just having people pull up into your DMs talking crazy, and they're attacking you guys. That's from what I hear. I mean, I don't know. But I definitely appreciate the people who have strong enough constitution to stick around with BBN. There's nothing I can do. These people don't have no life. Their whole entire life revolves around trying to destroy me. That's it. I know it sounds like I'm just complaining or whatever the case is, but if I don't say these things, the people that promote with me don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm kind of in a fucked up situation where if I don't say nothing, then people don't know that this is a thing that's going on, and then they stop working with me. And if I say something, I look like I'm just complaining and saying, woe is me. So I'm in a fucked up situation. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Alright? So I'm just doing the best that I can. Just keeping it a stack. With that being said, look, I love y'all. Everybody enjoy your day. Go do positive things out in the world. Period. Just go do positive things. Don't do positive things with the expectation of something coming back to you. Do positive things because, fuck it. Why not? With that being said, I'm out of here. Hold on. Shout out to Pico Slim with the $5 drop. Definitely appreciate you, my brother. Clint Eastwood eyes, no comments. With that being said, we do gotta go though. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all. Oh, also, Mega Bills, I sent you. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Mega Bills, I sent you a thing. I need for you to go into your IG and accept BBN as a business partner so you can see your analytics, because I don't want to put the analytics up on the screen. So you could just see your own analytics. So you can keep that between you and yourself, and you decide if you want to stay doing whatever you want to do with me. Because everybody that does advertisement over here, you accepted it this morning, great. So now you can see your own analytics. Okay, so hold on. Let me do this shit right now. Boom. So you can see your own analytics. Alright, with that being said, I really do love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.